Once again, we've had quite a busy day, but for once we've been doing a lot of stuff actually inside the van, because today it's very overcast and it's been raining constantly since early this morning, and apparently that is going to carry on right through night, so not much or anything to do out there today. So I thought, let's do a few more jobs indoors. We're trying to make this caravan as comfortable for us as possible, and only after a few days you notice things that can be changed to make it a bit more better for us. So that's what we've been doing today. I'll show you a couple of things that we've been doing in van, and then we'll pop outside and just have a little check on some plants, because everything that I'm growing at the moment, apart from what's in that cold frame, is being left outside, including a tomato plant. And it is quite early in year to be leaving tomato plants outside completely unprotected, but when you're in the situation that we're in, you've not got much of a choice. So I thought, let's try it overnight and see how it does. But first we'll have a quick look around here. If you remember when you first saw this caravan, we had that 3-seater leather settee, but there was also a chair as well. But I decided we don't need that chair. That's plenty of room for us. So, and we've got that homemade puffy as well, which is really nice to just pop your feet up on it and at night. So getting rid of that chair has allowed us to use that. And then we've got this little cupboard in corner that Ginny painted up. We used to restore furniture quite a few years ago, and she did some really good pieces, and that is one that we definitely wanted to keep. Just buying old bits of furniture and doing them up so they look how you want them. So that's one change that we've done. Just added a little bit more comfort. Kitchen's pretty much the same as it were. I did find that in one of the cupboards, a little portable gas heater, which you can just stick on one bar if it gets chilly at night. So we've tried that out to make sure it works and that it's safe. And that's going to be really helpful when we get to autumn and winter. We've got a couple of plants as well. But we have been doing a little bit of something in other rooms, and I'll show you what that is. First bedroom that you get to was this one. And it was a small bedroom with 2 single beds in it. But I'd got these IKEA flat pack wardrobes. So basically what I've done is took the beds out, which you've seen outside, because I'm using them stand plants on at the moment, binned the mattresses. So we've made this into a little dressing room. We only need one bedroom. It still needs a bit of tidying, but we'll get that sorted soon. And that's another chest of drawers that Ginny painted. Solid pine one. We painted it up in cream and then refinished that top to make it look really nice and new. It's a lot of what we used to do a long time ago, but we don't do that anymore. So now we've got a nice little dressing room. And the main bedroom, that's the bed that came with it, but we're going to buy a new one quite soon. But it's not a bad size room. It's got built-in wardrobes as well, and they go right to the ceiling, so a good size. So that's brilliant. So we're quite happy with those. They don't interfere with anything. And then we've got these lights above the bed, which need some work. That one does work, but it's hanging off, so I'm going to have to repair that quite soon. And then that one, I accidentally knocked the shade off it and smashed it. So we'll get a couple of new ones. But the bedroom's perfectly comfortable. And just outside at bed, there's this door. So you've got a nice little bathroom. Plenty of space for us. And then you've got a nice size shower as well. Plenty of room in there. So that's perfect. There's also various cupboards as well to keep bits and bobs in. Outside always there's another door which leads back into that bathroom we've just been in. And then to this side you've got your toilet and another sink. So that's pretty good. So as you can see, there's plenty of room for us in this van. So that's just a quick update on this van that we've only moved into around a week ago. We're slowly making it as own, making it as comfortable as possible. And to be honest, we both love it. We've got lots of plans for outside with pots and containers. I don't think I'm going to be able to get an allotment. From what I've heard, you have to actually live in a Lincolnshire town to qualify to get an allotment, which is a shame. But then again, maybe I'll find somewhere else who are willing to just bend those rules a little bit. We'll see what happens with that as we go through the next few months. But we're carrying on with this container garden. Slowly things are starting to come together, and now we've just got to hope that the fact that we haven't got a greenhouse at all isn't going to hinder any of the plants. I think that in the early part of the season there is a chance it could, so we still need to look at protection for those plants. But as we approach the end of spring and early summer, everything is going to grow perfectly fine outside, including tomatoes and cucumbers, which normally I would grow in a greenhouse, but I have grown them outdoors before. So we'll just nip outside and have a quick look at what's happening with plants out there. One thing that we did yesterday is we potted on this tomato plant into a big container, so that had to be left outside all night. But it looks perfectly fine, and it did drop quite cold last night as well, so I think we're going to be alright with that. And as potato plants are starting to put on even more size now. That blueberry bush is in full flower. I have noticed a lot of ants on it as well, but they might be searching for aphids, because that's what they do really. If you ever see ants running along stems of your plants, chances are they're looking for aphids. They shouldn't hurt your plants. We did manage to bring that with us as well. That's a Caravan wash bowl that we've drilled holes in, and we're using that to grow spring onions, and you can see that they're doing really well. So that's brilliant. That T-Rex also looks alright. One thing that you won't have seen is at the back of this Caravan we've got this storage unit, which is really useful. You'll have to ignore the dogs, they've been barking all day. But yeah, this is separate from living area, and inside there we've got a freezer, which is brilliant, so we can get extra food in and stock up for a month. And there's plenty of storage above for things, and it goes right back the full width at Caravan. So we've popped as compost in here and also as feed to keep it dry. So we're keeping various things in there, like these long curly aluminium poles. We're going to need one of these, because that's what I'm going to use to support these tomato plants. So basically what I'm going to do with these is just push them down the centre of this plant, and I'm doing it now before those roots build up too much, because I don't want to damage them. So we'll get it in nice and straight right at the bottom of that container, and then we're going to tie this plant to it as it grows. I've also bought another gas canister as well, so we've got two big ones to go at for the time being. I also didn't show you this shed. It's built onto the back of a van, and it's really useful, because inside there's a washing machine, so you don't have all noise in your van, and a bit of extra storage space that I always need. Another good space saving idea. And we've got a storage box which is now full of pots and various tools. And of course that propagator that we put up yesterday, and I haven't checked this yet today, so we'll just have a quick look, and you can see that as plants are all perfectly fine. Brilliant. And as little gem lettuce is coming along nicely as well, along with those peppers and tomatoes. So at least overnight they've not suffered. So just a bit of an update for you there on two things: what we're doing with the van and how we're making it as comfortable for ourselves as possible, and what's going on out there. And I'm in for the rest of the day now, and it's not just because of weather, it's because I've got a delivery coming this afternoon, and it's those two double tiered wooden planters that we're going to be putting at front of that van. So I need to make sure that I'm around when they arrive, and then hopefully tomorrow we can get them put together, because I think tomorrow it's going to be sunny. All plants are getting a good watering anyway, so that's saved me one job while I'm getting other jobs done indoors. Before you know it, this place is going to be perfect for long-term living, and everything outside is going to be set up, and we're going to have lots and lots of plants growing. And thank you so much to our latest donator. I'm going to put your name on at the end of the screen. Thank you so much for being so generous. All the people that follow this channel have been nothing but supportive over the last few weeks, which has been a massive help to us, because being unearthed from one place and thrown into another against your will takes a little bit out of you. But we're starting to adapt to these surroundings, and we're going to make it work as best way we can. So if you want to see what else we're going to be doing over the next couple of days, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I look forward to seeing you on the next update. Take care.